Hey YouTube. Alright. This video is going to be pretty much about just the feeling of numbness to life after a while. Now, obviously, y'all can see doctors. There's always something going on, right? So when you're in a life of where things always just seem to happen around you, people you love, to you, one mechanism that most people go through is just a feeling of numbness. Now, when I say numbness, like, let's just give an example of gang members. Obviously, if you out there in the streets and you live in a rough life of constantly losing people, then obviously, the way to deal with it is you don't really feel no more. So I'm trying to find my way out of here, so hold on, y'all. I'll be right back. Alright, these hospitals are big. Y'all like my hat? Yeah, but like I was saying, I was just giving an example of like gang members. As a gang member, obviously, you lose a lot of people. So when you lose homeboys, brothers, sisters, mothers, fathers, just lose people so consistently back to back, the normal mechanism is just for it not to affect you as much if somebody that wasn't used to losing people. So that to be said, sometimes that can be a good mechanism so that you don't break down or go so far into depression to where maybe you having suicidal thoughts. But that numb feeling is real out here. When you with somebody and they continuously losing people, or people getting sick, or they getting sick, or they just going through so much at one time, try to have a heart or understanding to what the numbness is, because that stuff is real out here. It's very real. Like, a lot of the symptoms is like for people that deal with being numb. It just simply be that they don't cry no more. So, like something where most people would probably boo-hoo cry about, a person that's numb, it wouldn't faze them at all. Not to say that they don't care, but it's just to say that they don't know how to care. So, let me get out here. Alright, good. I found my way out. Dang. Some of these hospitals are really huge. So, a lot of times people that are numb, they have a hard time. Look at this. They have a hard time knowing how to love, because their heart is so cold to where it's like, how do I love? I'm so used to things going wrong. I'm so used to being hurt. Like, I'm just so used to just bad things that when something as precious and good as love comes, it's like you don't know how to either love somebody or how to let them love you. So that's what I'm saying. Like, somebody that's numb, I really feel like they probably need really deep counseling to deal with whatever's been bothering them, because a lot of the times trauma has a way of rearing his nasty head in a post-traumatic situation. So, oh my goodness, look at this. Look at this. I don't even think I can get back on the road. There's no way that this is going down. No way. But Johns Hopkins is one of the best hospitals in the United States. They are one of the best top-rated hospitals here in the States. Like, they actually fly people from sometimes from other close by states to get service, because the doctors here, from what I heard, they're really good. But like I said, just the numb feeling of being numb to just so much stuff that you have to go through. This stuff is truthfully real. Like, you just gotta kind of understand. And hopefully if you got a brother or a sister or somebody that's going through, just try to bear with them. Because, people's hearts get heavy. People's hearts get heavy, when they have to hold on to maybe traumas that happened in their life. So, I mean, I really just made this video because, you know, my niece, you know, she had to have surgery. And it's like, I was supposed to get on the road today, but from that alone, and now this weather, don't look like that's gonna happen. It ain't to say that I'm numb. It's just that I've seen my family members become numb because they had to in order to get by and not break down or just be able to be strong through it all. So that's why I'm making this video, because I'm sure there's a lot of people that's dealing, when I say dealing, I mean probably dealing with past events that may have happened in their life to where it's hard for them to feel anymore, or it's hard for them to move on with life because they haven't dealt with maybe the event that happened to where they can let it go and move on with their life. But a lot of times your past will grip you by the balls, grip you by the heart. It will just grip you to the point to where you can't live, and that's not a way to live. Life is meant for the living, not for the dead. So if you still got breath in you, you still got blood pumping, you know, find a counselor, find a support system, find somebody that will actually listen to you and help you to work through your trauma so that you don't have to live life on the cold side, because it's nothing worse than having a cold heart to where you don't know how to love or accept it. You know, that really sucks. That kicks rocks, man. So, you know, it's nothing wrong with crying. There's nothing wrong with getting a hug from people that care. There's nothing wrong with talking to a professional counselor that is equipped to deal with helping you to work through, you know, things that you probably need to work through. So at the end of the day, you know, that's why I try to preach, let's love each other, not judge each other, because the fact that you might be showing me some kind words, you don't know if that might have saved my life. You don't know if that might have saved somebody that you walked past and either gave just a random hug to, or gave some random kind words. You know, words live, you know. My thing is, like, a lot of people don't really realize how much words have an effect on people. Words is more powerful than fighting on somebody. Like, the more powerful thing you can do to somebody to break them down, like, you might can beat them up, black their eye, bust their lip. You know, your black eye heal and your busted lip will heal. But if you really knew what to say to them to where that word might have stuck, words live for years. Like, you could have said something to somebody 30 years ago, and now that he's all old and probably ready to pass on, those same words you said to him 30 years ago still live with him to where it probably could have made him have low self-esteem. It could have possibly destroyed his life, and it could have possibly built him up. That's why I try to preach, you know, let's love each other, not judge each other. Because at the end of the day, people need that kind spirit. They need those words of uplift to keep going. Because, I mean, bad enough you got to live this life. You know, there is nobody out there that can tell me they haven't been through nothing. All y'all that's watching my video, y'all can't tell me that y'all haven't been through something or something of a struggle to where you just needed somebody to say it'll be okay. It's going to be all right. We can get through this. Everybody needs to hear that from time to time. And a lot of times that's why people get numb, because a lot of times, first of all, parents don't, you got a lot of sorry parents to where they're not being there for their kids. So kids is pretty much raising themselves, or they have to kind of just do things to where it's no support system, or it's to the point to where, you know, like for instance, I'll give another example. Like nowadays, you can be in a fight in the broad daylight, and you think most standby walk-bys will stop by to help that person out? For the most part, no. I mean, every now and then, I'm pretty sure a low percentage of people will help. But now, the society we live in, if you see somebody getting beat down in broad daylight, the first thing most people going to do before they help you is pull their phone out and be like world star, instead of saying, man, put that down, or jump in it, or kick the person's ass that's, you know, beating on the other person that need help. Like, that's how crazy stuff is. And that's why I feel like people get numb, or they turn into monsters, or they turn into mean asses. It's because you have to. It's like, it's either sink or swim. So I mean, for the most part, people that have, you know, a tough spirit, the way they deal with the mechanism to protect themselves is they get numb to where they're going to swim, they're not going to sink. So I mean, becoming numb, I feel like it's a bittersweet. It can be good because it can protect you from breaking down and going into a very deep depression, but it can be bad because it stops you from having a normal full life. So I just figured I added that, man. And I have so many other stories that I'm really debating, should I talk about it or not? And it's not stories about me. Like, I have a best friend, and I want to probably check with her to see if she wouldn't mind if I speak about it, because the story she went through, and this is mainly for our women, from some of this, it's kind of a topic on what I talked about yesterday, and that video is called Ricky Smiley. It's a story like similar to that, but some of these things are touchy subjects, and I know I said I want to shake things up, but I feel like I have to really be careful with what I say on here, because a lot of people are not mature enough to take the message or the inspiration that I'm trying to give. So I'm gonna have to really think hard about, if I want to tell the story. There's a few stories I want and a few topics that I know I'm going to touch on, but I have to see how I'm gonna put it together to where I can feel comfortable to express it, and hopefully that it'll help somebody. So, I'm gonna try my best to see if I can get on this road, but the way that weather look, I don't know about that. So y'all wish me safety travels, and hopefully this message touched somebody. I love each and every one of y'all. Anybody that need a hug, pretend like I'm hugging you. I'm giving you all hugs. I love you. If anybody needs to hear that, I love you, man. It's all good. We gonna be alright. You know what I'm saying? Anybody going through anything out there, it's gonna be all right. It's gonna be all right. Just know that it's gonna be all right. So time is of the essence. Let's make better time of it. Let's love each other, not judge each other. Can we do that? I know we can. So at the end of the day, I would never judge y'all, and y'all know I love y'all. So deuces.